You're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. Welcome. And for our top stories, we have top entries of the Kharkhorum City International Master Planning Competition now on display. The Democratic Party calls for an open hearing regarding the death of a 21-year-old at a detention center. Swiss President Viola Amherd to visit Mongolia for the first time. For other news, stay tuned. The Urban Planning Administration of New Kharkhorum City is currently presenting the top entries of teams qualified for the second stage of the International Master Planning Competition for Kharkhorum City. The entries of 36 teams from 18 countries that advanced to the second stage of the International Open Competition are available for Mongolian citizens to vote on at the Facebook page of Kharkhorum City. Public voting will be open until July 31st, 2024.
The entries of over 100 urban planners and leading architects from the 36 teams qualified for the second round are also on display at an international exhibition of urban planning being held from July 29 to 31st, 2024 at the MPM Event Hall in Ulaanbaatar City. The final selection for the 5 best teams will take place on August, and the planning concept for Kharkhorum City will be developed further. A total of 428 teams from 54 countries registered for the competition, with 76 teams submitting their entries. The selected best entries from 36 teams from 18 countries, including Mongolia, China, Russia, Japan, the UK, Italy, Mexico, Luxembourg, Indonesia, Greece, India, and the Netherlands. Among the 36 entries, the best 5 that thoroughly reflect Mongolia's history, unique geography, culture, and traditions, and integrate modern technology in every aspect will be selected. The panel of judges for the international competition was selected between April 22nd and May 21st. This distinguished panel is composed of 11 judges, including leading urban planners and architects from the USA, South Korea, Poland, and Germany.
In year 1220, Genghis Khan decreed to build Kharkhorum city, the capital of Mongolia. Beyond being a social and cultural center of its time, Kharkhorum also was a political, economic, military, scientific, and religious center of the world, connecting the East and the West. In other words, Kharkhorum was the main hub of the Silk Road. Establishing a new Kharkhorum city today has multifaceted significance. The new city will be a solution for the pressing issues of traffic congestion and air and soil pollution in Ulaanbaatar while promoting balanced regional development.
The Vision 2050 long-term development policy of Mongolia reflects plans to establish a new city in the Kharkhorum Valley between 2021 and 2030 and relocate the capital there. The final city plan will incorporate public feedback and the top 5 selected entries, envisioning the new Kharkhorum city as a future development center, a new capital of Mongolia built with modern technology to meet all human needs. The government of Mongolia has designated around 189,000 hectares in the Kharkhorum Valley located in Arkhanqa and Overkhanqa provinces as a special area for the establishment of the new Kharkhorum city. The city is planned to be a smart city featuring government and administrative offices, international organizations, foreign diplomatic missions, and comprehensive infrastructure. These will include social services, healthcare, high-tech industries, housing, culture, arts, tourism, and green spaces. On the occasion of the 111th anniversary of the restoration of national freedom and independence on December 29th of 2022, the President of Mongolia, Kharkhorum, issued a decree regarding the restoration of the ancient capital of the Great Mongol Empire, Kharkhorum, giving directions to the government of Mongolia.
Members of the Democratic Party in Parliament held a briefing on the tragic death of a young man who was under detention at the 461st Detention Center and called for organizing an open hearing.
The members of the Democratic Party are reporting on the death of a young man who is being restrained in prison, Unit 461 last week. The Constitution of Mongolia states that it will build a humane and compassionate society. It also guarantees the right to life of a citizen. In addition, torture and inhuman treatment are prohibited. Unfortunately, in Mongolia today, the defense law enforcement agencies, which are responsible for protecting lives, continue to experience loss of life and violence. The proof of this is the death of the said young man. The fact that police officers are involved in many tragic crimes in Mongolia is causing concern for citizens. One thing to say about this case, the citizen reported to the Independent Authority Against Corruption that he was harassed and beaten by police officers. However, one citizen lost his life due to the failure of the witness and victim protection system. Therefore, it is necessary to urgently create a system for the protection of witnesses and victims. In the annual report of the National Human Rights Commission, human rights violations have been documented in law enforcement and detention institutions. Therefore, it is necessary to carry out inspections to determine the conditions of human rights in law enforcement agencies and prisons with the scope of the inspection function of Parliament. The most important thing is that the human rights violations that are happening there should be brought to the public's attention, so it is appropriate to hold an open hearing. According to a 2021 survey, the number of citizens per police officer is 371, which is considered a very high burden compared to other countries. Therefore, it is necessary to look back at the legal system and reform it.
This tragedy is not just a one-time event. We see where human rights are being violated the most, but no significant action was taken. The death of a person under the protection of a state shows that there is a serious issue here. All information kept closed and confidential due to the impossibility of reporting on the case and the fact that a prosecutor did not approve it. But all bad things happen behind this barrier. Therefore, we can get behind it by having an open discussion and making it transparent. The DP group is demanding an open hearing.
According to the law on public hearings and the Parliament of Mongolia, a hearing can be held if at least 15 members sign and support it. The members of the Democratic Party have started collecting signatures from members of Parliament and are organizing hearings. So far, 15 members have signed. This call for transparency and accountability highlights the urgency to address human rights violations within Mongolia's law enforcement and detention systems.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The president of the Swiss Confederation, Viola Amherd, will embark on a historic state visit to Mongolia from August 2nd to 4th, on the invitation of Mongolian President Kharkhorum. The significant visit coincides with the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Mongolia and Switzerland and marks the first time a Swiss head of state will visit Mongolia. During her visit, both presidents will engage in official discussions aimed at enhancing and broadening bilateral relations and cooperation. The two leaders are expected to sign several agreements to strengthen ties and foster collaboration in various areas of mutual interest. Mongolia and Switzerland established diplomatic relations on May 22nd of 1964 and have enjoyed strong partnership over the past 6 decades.
Mongolian judoka Bavadorj Basanhu, a gold medalist at the Asian Championships 2024, Dushanbe Grand Slam 2024 and Abu Dhabi World Championships Seniors 2024, earned a silver medal at the 33rd Summer Olympics in Paris on July 27, 2024. She started her Olympic journey with a decisive victory over Malta's Esposito Katrina in the round of 32. Continuing her dominant performance with an ippon win against Austria's Tander Katerina in the round of 16. Basanhu maintained her momentum in the quarterfinals with another ippon victory over Paraguay's Narvaez Gabriela. She triumphed over Spain's Martinez Abelenda in a closely contested semi-final with a golden score. In the gold medal match, Basenhu faced Japan's Tsunoda Natsumi, a three-time world championship, a five-time Grand Slam gold medalist, and an Asian champion. The intense match was a display of speed and power, with the two judokas fiercely competing for dominance. Despite being aware of Tsunoda's signature Tomb Age move, Basenhu was caught off guard and thrown cleanly to her side. Basenhu became the 12th athlete from Mongolia to win an Olympic silver medal, the 5th in Mongolian judo history, and the 2nd Mongolian female judoka to achieve this honor.
And here are the currency exchange rates provided by the Mongol Bank. And here is the weather forecast for the world's major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We will see you tomorrow with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.